Hey guys, welcome back to this episode of the Zuzu and Soola show. I believe it's episode 7.
Yeah.
This will be our Christmas episode because we are taking a break for the holidays.
Yeah.
And-
I think 7's also a biblical number, no?
So you're asking the wrong person. Girl, I've been
Is it 7
I've
days
been
of
out of
Christmas or
the-
14 days of Christmas?
on the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
A Zuzu and Soola podcast episode.
Hey. No, and I just want to start this episode off by saying I started my period for the first time in 3 months today, so anything is possible. Yeah, I literally was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna die. I'm pregnant." Literally, like I'm pregnant. I haven't had contact with anyone. Like I'm pregnant, or like I can't have babies anymore. Which like I'll just kill myself at that point.
via air particle.
Via air. They did something, I don't know, but yeah, anything is possible. So like, just wait, guys, just wait. Maybe you won't be pregnant. Okay. I have no topic for today.
I don't have any topics either. I think we can. Okay, I really liked the conversation that we were having on the way here.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about, less scary stories, but just kind of scary experiences that we've had. So
Mhm.
I'll explain. Yeah, Sakar's already heard it, but I'll explain it again. And I have an entire note that I went through yesterday. Okay.
Goddamn.
But I'll read the text messages that I sent out after I woke up. Okay. 1 a.m. or 1:29 a.m. Scary. So I've been struggling with my mood and motivation. I just had this dream of me walking with young girl. I'm going into a tunnel. Well, actually, Sakara doesn't know what happened in the
Yeah, I was
dream.
like, wait, what are you talking about?
Basically, last night, I went to bed asking for clarity on a situation that I have going on in my life. And I went to bed and I had this dream. And so the setting felt really familiar. It felt like somewhere that I've been, but I know that I've never been to this place. It just feels like I could find this place regionally in places that I'm familiar with. So in like different, like kind of like south of like our city.
Mm-hmm.
Or not south, sorry, north of where we are. I could probably find this place. And it was just a mountainous area. Imagine like the Grand Theft Auto 5 mountains. Like that's what it was. Just kind of like
So it's like the Hollywood mountains, like.
just like desertous, flat, not a lot of greenery, and just kind of like a pavement road, just like a 1-lane pavement road. I'm with this little blonde girl, and we end up crossing the road, and I almost get like we're playing around and like we cross the road, and I almost get ran over by this car that's driving by because it's night, and we are walking on this pavement trail, and we head towards this tunnel, but it's not like a completely I don't know how to explain it. Just like a tunnel made out of fencing. So it's not dark in the tunnel, like it's just made out of fencing, and then it is dark and then like covered with tarp. But it's not like a cement tunnel or like under a bridge tunnel, like it's just made out of fencing. And I go in and imagine it like a movie. So the camera kind of like pans and it turns around so my face is there, the camera is facing my face.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can see my face and then everything behind me. So it pans around, and I'm walking into the tunnel, and you can see the little girl in the back. Like at the entrance of the tunnel, she just stops walking and just looks at me walking through the tunnel, and she pauses, and
That's literally horror movie shit.
Yeah, I make my way to the middle of the tunnel, and then she starts like walking inside the tunnel towards me, And I don't know if in my dream I turn around because I feel like a presence behind me, or like I feel scared that I have to check, what's going on behind me, or if it's like I'm checking to make sure she's with me. But I turn around and she's not a little girl anymore. She's this like scary demon, and she looks like this.
Oh God.
So we'll put that up, but she
Yeah.
she looks like that. And at this point in my head, I'm like, because there's, I think also like in the, like before she ends up, like before I turn around, I'm like in this tunnel praying, or like asking for like protection. And I turn around and, this scary demon's behind me. And at this point, I think like I start arguing with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't try to run away. Like I'm like face to face with this demon and I'm arguing with it. And then I wake up from my dream. So I'm like consciously awake. I know that I'm like in my bedroom. It's dark. I still have my eyes closed. Like I'm consciously awake, but I'm still like trying to go to bed. And after that dream, I was scared. And so in my head, I'm saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And just this like physical bodily fear, like filled, like filled my body, bodily body. But this just intense like fear filled my entire body, head to toe. And the like how I described it over the text was like the same feeling you get when you're like in your room scared of the dark and you just are scared. That's what it was. It was fear, but I think the best way I can describe the physical feeling was probably when you need to pee, and I don't know if you've like had this, but like you need to pee and like you kind of like shiver, like your body like gets cold because
Yeah.
you need to pee. Like just that, but like throughout my entire body, and it would just also like a really bad stomach in my feeling.
Feeling in my stomach.
Really bad stomach in my feeling. And so I said that, after I said it the first time, I got that like bodily feeling. And then I said it the second time, and the feeling intensified. It got worse. I got more scared. And it felt like with each time that I said it, like there was this presence that like wanted to harm me even more. And I tried to like scream for my mom, and I couldn't get anything out. Like it was just like a grunt. Like I could not get anything out. Like I was paralyzed. And I, like in my head, like I was kind of just like coordinating like my next step. I can't speak. I can't yell, you know. So I'm thinking like, what am I going to do? And so I like coordinate like how far I have to reach, and like at what position I have to like be at. Like my arm has to be at in order to reach the controller for like the light, because like I know I can't, like in my head, like I can't slip up or else I'm going to like get attacked. So I coordinate it. I reach for the controller, turn the light on. Once the light on, you know, automatically a sense of relief. But I also just I feel like crying. Like my eyes are starting to water. I feel like I'm going to start bawling my eyes out. And so I start texting Giselle, and she calls me. We pray about it, and then she gets Janessa on the call.
Her sister.
Yeah, her sister, her older sister, gets her on the call, and we start. Janessa starts breaking down the dream as to like what she interprets it to be, and basically she believes that the little girl represents like the innocence of sin. Like there are a lot of like, I guess like sin that people kind of disregard and don't really like view it as like harmful or like detrimental. And that's what that little girl is. Like that little girl is a demon disguised as
That would make
something
sense.
innocent. And with the tunnel, like just symbolic of like a dark place, but like you're trying to get to like the other side. And then the mountain, like the mountainous area that I was in, she just said that like mountains and like peaks of mountains like have like religious like value, as like physically like higher altitude, like closer to the heavens. And the car, she said, represented like a physical danger that like I think when it comes to religion, spiritual warfare is probably like the scariest like conversations to have, because it just like it feels so real, and I believe it. Like I've always believed in like paranormal things, and so whatever. But she basically said that like demons will try to like drive you to death, whether that's mentally or physically. And so she said like the car will like represents like a physical danger, like maybe like a demon in your a demon like making it to where like you get into a car accident, like stuff like that, like physical threat, like bodily threats.
Yeah.
And then she said that demons also try to bring you to death mentally, like put you into like a depression, and really just try to like feed off of like your negative energy to the point where like maybe you like want to kill yourself. Like they just, that's their goal, is to drive you to death.
Yeah.
And it was just a really scary conversation to have at 2 a.m. But we prayed about it, and it just, Janessa is probably like one of the nicest people, and she's also like, she's not in our age group, so she is less of like a friend. So I guess like hearing her like reprimand me and be as like aggressive as she was with me last night was a little, scary, I will admit. Like she was getting angry at me. She's like, you need to, like, you have to take this seriously. This is God trying to call you to him. Like you cannot, like, spiritual warfare is like, it's dangerous. Like these demons are trying to kill you, and like you can't like let it off as just like whatever. And but I don't know, I'm still trying to like decipher like what the dream means to me, because like even though she has an interpretation of it, she also told me to ask like God to, I guess, confirm anything. And I did, and I didn't dream anything else, and I just, like, there was nothing that I woke up with. So I'm still trying to kind of figure out the meaning of the dream to me and how it applies to my life, because even though I told them like what I wanted clarity for, I and so like I asked God for clarity on that, and that was what I had. So I was kind of like trying to figure it out, and then I was talking to my mom about it this morning, and we are like, my family's Catholic, and my mom was basically telling me that, I guess, like, a point that she made was like, if you asked God for clarity and what you got was like this nightmare, like, especially because like Janessa and Giselle had told me that like with God, like, there's no fear. Like you shouldn't, like, if something's like godly, like you shouldn't have like fear or like doubt. And what my mom told me in the morning that kind of like stuck with me was like, if this was like God like telling you something, like, why were you scared?
Yeah.
Like, why were you like attacked in your dream? Like, if this was like God like trying to give you clarity, like, basically my mom was just trying to say like, God, like, if you ask God for clarity, like, he's not going to like spook you like this.
Yeah.
And so that kind of made me feel a little bit better with like the interpretation of the dream that they gave me, and me kind of like, I wouldn't maybe say like disagreeing with it, but like me not wanting that to like be the truth, or like feeling that that wasn't like the full truth. And then it definitely like helped, like my mom like telling me like, if you were like asking God for clarity, like, why is he like sending you a nightmare and like spooking you? But it was scary. It was really scary, guys.
Yeah, I just feel like, yes, those outside opinions can, like, you can hear them, but also you have to make your own.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, it is your dream. So no one really is going to, like, I don't know. I feel like you can interpret it in the best ways more than you just, like, telling someone you turn your ringer off.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found some of these on Sunday. I went to a friend's birthday party and we were playing We're Not Really Strangers, like the game. And yeah, so I found some of the questions on Reddit and we should do some of them. I don't know if you guys have seen, but it's like this like red card box. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it, but it's like it's just kind of like hard hitting or like questions you wouldn't usually ask, I guess. Just like random like psychological thoughts, like kind of. And yeah, so okay, so there's different levels. Wait, what is level food? Okay, wait, what? Okay, level 1 is perception. This level is about gaining perception on what first impressions we give off and the challenge of the assumptions we make about each other. Level 2 is connection. This level is about asking the rarely asked questions and connecting on a deeper level. And 3 is reflection. Time to reflect on your game experience and what you've learned during this game. So, I'll pick one and then I'll give it to you and you pick one.
Okay. I also want to say that I'm not even kidding. If you've seen me out in public and I haven't seen you, I'm going to say it right now. I've been wearing this for like the past like 4 days. The only thing I've changed was I wore the same pants with this like 2 days in a row, and then like this is my second time wearing this outfit. But that's just because I don't do anything, so I just like I'll take it off and I'll throw it on my floor, and when I wake up, I'll just put it back on.
No, exactly. Period. It's really bad because lately I've been like, oh, what can I wear? Like, I've literally been wearing pink and green for 2 weeks. Like, okay. Okay. What I'm gonna ask you. Do I look like someone who would get a name tattooed on myself? Why or why not?
No.
Oh, thank God.
But just to put simply, no. I think, what is a hot take or like unpopular opinion? Hot take. I think that, like, okay, I think everyone is made in the image of God, and I think just looking natural, okay, like looking like a human being is the best anyone could possibly like present themselves is my opinion. And so I've just like piercings, like a lot of like eyebrow piercings, and like you know how people get these like cheek ones, or like I don't know, like I think like putting too many holes in your body and like covering yourself in tattoos was never something that I was like I guess like attracted to. Like that's not something I would ever do to myself. Like I'm not saying like, oh, you have a piercing, like whatever. I'm just saying like I don't want this to sound rude, but I think like too much like stuff on you is like a little bit like trashy. You know what I mean? Like, well, I think it's like dependent on like what you get. Like it's gonna sound like hypocritical, but like nose piercings, like I think like are like normalized. Like no one like looks like at like nose piercings like in like a weird way, or like ear piercings. Like I even think like girls with like a bunch of like ear piercings, like it looks cool. But like when it starts to get to like other stuff, like the cheeks and like the eyebrows and like this one up here, or like this cheek one down here, like I don't know. I just think it's like too much. And then like same with tattoos. I think it's just dependent on like what you get. Like some tattoos are like, you know, cute and you know, but then there are other ones that are just like, why would you like ever get that? But I think it's like more for me and like less for everyone else. Like I don't care, like do whatever you want. But like for me, like I don't like that's not like what I want. So like when I look at like other people as like, oh, like you kind of just have like this classy, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I also just don't see how like anyone could like something that much, like get it tattooed on their bodies.
Okay, one thing about me, like, you will not see a man's name on my body.
You get
man, woman, your name is not gonna be on my fucking body.
You get Elphaba.
I was just gonna put Elphaba's name right there. But yeah, no. I actually want to address this because there's so many. I saw a TikTok yesterday that was like, it was like using a sound. It was like, oh, bitch, you have tattoos, and then it was like showing pictures of like the people who get like lions and clocks and roses and shit, and they're like, no, you don't. Like, leave that shit. Do not get a tattoo of a lion, a clock, or a rose. I'm done. Don't do it. Seriously. Like, it's not funny anymore. Like, there's no way like you think that shit is cute, like a big ass lion on your arm. It's not. Just like the face of a, I don't know. I can't. But like, I don't know.
Big ol' like, what's the word? Irritating, or like just big ol' tattoos that are like out there, like I don't know. Okay, like, yeah. Let's keep it to maybe like something like behind the ear, or maybe like something right here on your wrist, or like something here.
Mm-hmm. But don't get me wrong, I like tattoos. Like, I feel like when a man has like sleeve work, or like, I don't know, it depends on the sleeve work. Because if it's like, I don't know,
if they're ugly, then
if it's ugly, then I don't like it. But if you have sleeves, or like if you have like tattoos, I feel like tattoos can make you more attractive. And like, when I think of a man like with a piercing, I'm like, okay, that man's more attractive to me, but not just like I don't know.
I think like it's definitely dependent on like the person themselves. Like, you have to like rock it.
No, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? You can't just like, I don't know.
Like, there are certain people who like look better with that stuff, and some people that look better without it. Like, I think I'm a person who looks better without it. Like, like I thought about maybe getting my ears pierced. And then I thought, okay, I'm just going to look stupid.
I don't know if you should.
Yeah, I'm going to look stupid. I had my nose pierced when I was a freshman in high school. Like, I took it out because it got infected. Like, I could not get rid of the keloid. Like, it just kept rejecting. But thankfully, like, I think I did it for the better. Like, I don't think I look good with, like, piercings or tattoos. Like, I think I just look good as, like, a human. Like, a regular, just, like nothing about me. You know what I mean? Because, like, there are some people who, look good with, like, crazy hair colors, or like their bleached eyebrows. Like, I think it's just dependent on the person themselves.
What happened to girls with colored hair? Like, why are there no bitches with purple hair walking around? So like, everyone wants to be classy nowadays.
Doing it right.
Doing it right.
Doing it in a cool way, not in a cool
way. Yeah, some of y'all don't need purple hair.
Not in a Spencer's Hot Topic way.
Doing it in an Inya like 2019 way. Like, where her hair was like orange, and like she would change her color like every month. Like, she was cute, guys. What happened? But I just would like to say, if you're a man that has a septum or an eyebrow piercing, my Instagram is in the bio. Okay, so there's 2 of this level 1. Oh shit.
The orange ones?
Yeah.
Or where's it?
Oh, wait,
where is it?
Where is it?
Where is it? Where is it?
Where is it? Yeah, that one.
How would the person closest to you describe you in 3 words?
And
just fue.
I don't know.
3 words and 3 words only.
You're like going like that when you talk. This is hard.
I was out at a store the other day, and while you think about your answer, I was out at a store the other day, and I was saying something, and I said it in a way that sounded like a 1950s broadcaster. Watermelon Jello. That's what it was.
Talking about Jello, that's why. It's all they fucking ate. They put like hams in Jello. Like, no, we're not eating that. Also, I'm glad it's World War II.
Come get your watermelon Jello.
Like, why the fuck is everything in Jello? Like, why was that a point in time? Anyways, that's it. I can't say that. I'll say that's what happens when you let white people take over food trends. Because why is there watermelon in Jello?
Make my Dragon fruit casserole.
Those white people on TikTok, they just throw shit in a pan and be like, oh my gosh, guys, this is such a good recipe. You should try it. And it's just like noodles and fucking like sauce. Like, okay.
Baked with, and they're always doing things in layers.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I'm like,
A good old casserole.
They're just like making like an insane version of an enchilada. And I was like, okay, people have been doing this for years, actually, and then you're just making it gross. Like, okay. I would say that you are very...
No, how would you describe yourself? Oh, wait. Right?
No, it's you.
Oh.
How would the person closest to you describe you, right? Wait. How would the person closest to you describe you in 3 words?
So if I pulled that card and I read it like that, how would the person closest to you describe you in 3 words, right?
How... God. No, I think it's about like...
Or who would pull that card? Like, you would pull it?
Oh, okay. You would pull it. How would the person closest to you? So that would be me. How would I describe you in 3 words?
So,
right?
oh, wait. So I pull the card and how
the
would
card is talking to you.
Oh, the card is talking to me. Okay.
Yes. And then it was like, wait. You are
The card is talking to you.
The card is talking to you. You are very driven. And like, not like that. If y'all saw Anthony driving, like, I can't drive this shit. You are very like, you know what you want. And you like, once you're stuck on it, it's like, I don't know. There's like really no other way. Because there's like, I don't know. There have been times where you're like,
I don't know what you're going to say.
I wasn't saying anything bad. I was just going to say, you're like, oh, but I really want this. I really want this. And then it ends up like happening for you. So I feel like you do, in a way, manifest things for yourself. And then I'd say you're very,
Wicked.
You're wicked. I'd say you're self-aware. Mm-hmm. You just have a lot of social cues that some bitches need to pick up immediately. I'm not gonna say names. Yeah, so you're just, I don't know. You're very self-aware and you're very, I don't know how to like say, it's not like confrontational, but it's like in the way of like you address the situation like immediately. Like if something's bothering you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know. You're very good at like if I come to you and I'm like, oh, I want to talk about this with like someone, or like this situation is bothering me, because I feel like I'm a very confrontational person, but at the same time, I feel like you do help better me in a way that's like I'm able to get it off my chest a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? And
I think also just some of the conversations we have is, because I wouldn't say like I'm confrontational. Like if I'm like mad at someone, or like the only person that I really
you express your
like express
discomfort
that to is probably that boy. But like when it comes to like my friends or like my cousins or like my family, like if something's bothering me, I kind of just like even if it like really annoys me, like in my head it's just like, why, like I just like I'm not open to like confrontation and like immediately like, hey, like this annoyed me. I think I kind of just like let it sit and then kind of just like think about it and then reassess and then just like,
yeah,
why would I like I think just like not make it a big deal. And so I think like when we have conversations, like we definitely can get riled up and angry and like just
no, we definitely feed off of each other, like for no reason.
Build off of each other, but then I think at the end of it, there's always like a better sense of like sanity and just why'd we do that?
No, yeah, we're very good at like we can get mad and like express all our frustration and like go crazy for a second, but then we realize like, okay, like we don't need to like let that affect us.
Yeah, especially because we both know like, I think we both know like who we are, and then we also both have like our like set perceptions of each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always just like I don't think either of us are really people who like we both like expressed it and said it. We don't like having problems. Like
Yeah.
they just like make us like feel gross.
Mm-hmm. I literally want to crawl out of my skin when I have a problem with someone. Okay, should we just do the next level?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Level 2.
Zuzu.
Huevos.
Okay, wait, I have two.
Okay.
Okay, the first one is what takes someone from a friend to a best friend for you?
I think, and this is with a lot of relationships, or I think this is like with romantic relationships, platonic relationships, family relationships. I think to get to the next level, I think one of the biggest things is trust.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not just even like trust in how a lot of people think of it. Oh, like, I'm going to trust this person not to like steal from my wallet or something.
Yeah.
Like, not like that. I think just like trust in the relationship and confidence in the relationship. Like, when you like can go a day without talking to this person and you don't feel like that impacted the relationship negatively.
Yeah.
Or when you can, you know, have conflict with someone and know that like after that, like after addressing the conflict, know that that won't like make any like permanent impact, if that makes sense. Like it'll still like hold relevance, but just like having trust in the other person, like when I think of you, when I think of Giselle, I think like there are a lot of friends that like when I think about them, like in my head, like we're just not like super close to begin with, so like I could care less about whatever they have going on, whether or not like they're hanging out without me, like I don't care.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to you and Giselle, like just not there's just like such security that I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just like obviously like you, like you're here, so like I can see you a lot more, but like Sunday, like when you're talking about like Sunday, like your like plans you had Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
like I need to stop using like, but
like
Sunday, there just wasn't a negative, like not a single negative feeling that I had.
Yeah.
Not about like, not about the fact that I wasn't there, not about the fact that, like nothing. Like there was like nothing negative that came out of it, and just like this greater sense of like trust and confidence in the person to also want to, like I trust and I'm confident in the fact that like you value like our friendship as much as I do.
Yeah.
Same with Giselle. Like I know she values our friendship in the same way that I do.
Yeah.
So it's like a greater sense of trust in how the other person feels about you.
Exactly. And that's very hard to find, because it's like, I don't know. I think we need to bring back like not talking shit about your friends. Like, can we, guys? I don't know. I shouldn't have the fear of like you're going out and like I don't know. I don't feel it with many people that I'm close to. Like, maybe some people that I'm like, you know, have strayed away from. But yeah, there shouldn't be like a sense of like, oh, when I'm not around, I know you're gonna be out and just like talking shit about me, or like just saying shit about me that's unnecessary.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like I don't know. Anyways, what movie do you wish you'd never seen so you can watch it for the first time with me?
Ooh. Probably. Well, it's hard because I'm not even like much of a movie guy, but I think probably the first Dune movie, because we went to go watch the second one together.
Yeah, that was an experience.
But the second one was great. I went through like an entire bag of.
What the fuck were you eating?
Lit Starburst.
Yeah, I took a picture of like the entire like thing covered in Starburst.
But I think in the same way that you like Wicked, I think we both just like movies with like larger meanings. Actually, no. You know what movie I wish I had watched with you? Actually, probably Barbie.
Oh yeah.
because I've explained that I don't think I'm ever gonna go like come around to like watching Barbie.
Yeah.
But definitely just it was like this larger cultural thing. And also you're a girl. You're a girl.
I girl and I like pink.
So yeah, I think I would have wanted to watch. I'm gonna say Barbie. I would have wanted to watch Barbie with you.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Actually, I'm just gonna stick with Dune because the question was a movie that
you've seen.
That I've seen.
I've seen Barbie.
I've never seen Barbie. So.
Wicked Part 2 is gonna be crazy. We need to get squad together and we're gonna sit in that theater and I'm gonna scream at the top of my lungs. Okay. And then there's that one.
Okay.
I'm excited and I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry myself.
Okay. The first, I'm also gonna ask you two, but the first one. think about it. Think about it while I look for the second one because there were a few that I was looking at, but this was the one I wanted to ask. What question are you trying to answer in your life right now?
I almost asked you that one. Oh my god. See, the question I'm trying to answer in my life right now is, are my friendships, like, is my friendship as valuable to others as their friendship is to me, or am I just, like, too sensitive, you know? Because, I don't know. I feel like in certain situations, I get overly sensitive about thinking about my friendships and just, I don't know. Once again, I, like, think in my head that everyone should be like me and that I should just, like, I don't know. Everyone should have this perception of friendship that I do. And, like, I don't know. But I have come to realize, like, obviously not everyone has the same brain that I do. Not everyone has the same brain that I do. But also I maybe just need to, like, I don't know, just kind of chill over certain things that, like, I allow to annoy me when I shouldn't let it. And I think it just brings back, like, the little kid in me just, like, getting overly sensitive about things. And I just need to, like, I don't know. See, I don't know. It's more of a question of, like, am I too sensitive or not? Because as a kid, I was too sensitive. And then when I was growing up, I was, like, not. I like, literally, like, wouldn't cry ever and, like, never get emotional or, like, let things affect me. And so now I'm kind of in the middle where it's, like, I either don't care or, like, I'm really, really sensitive over things. So it's, like, finding that balance. And, like, I feel like friendships is the thing that I am kind of prioritizing in my life the most right now. So I feel like it's kind of what I'm battling with.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My second question, I actually lost it.
I lost it.
It's this corner one. What would feel best to fully accept in this current moment?
Whoa, I don't know. Maybe that... I literally don't know. Like, that's hard. I probably need to accept that I am a little emotional. Like, I can crash out sometimes. Not crash out, but I do get, like, I don't know. There's certain stuff I do want to cry over, and then I'm just like, no, like, I can't, like, let it affect me, but I need to just, like...
Let it show.
Let it show. Because I've guaranteed, I've literally never cried in front of most people, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think I've never seen you cry.
Yeah. I'm not a crier. Something that brought a smile to your face this week was...
Something that brought a smile to my face this week. See, I want to think of something that's like really interesting to talk about. But I think really just to put simply, my siblings.
Oh.
Yeah. This morning, my brother was in my mom's room while my mom was in the shower, and he didn't notice that I was right at the door, and so he had his eyes closed, and I was like flicking the lights on and off to see if he would notice, and then I eventually just kept them off, and then turned them back on, and he was staring at me, and then I was just like, "See ya." He was like, "See ya," and then I left, and I came here.
He's so cute.
But yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same. I was mad as fuck at my sister yesterday. She let our dog shit on the floor, and I had to clean it up. I was like, okay. Oh my god, I want Chick-fil-A breakfast so bad. I've literally been craving it since our 3rd episode. Like, I
maybe
need that shit so bad.
What time do they stop serving breakfast?
I don't know.
Maybe we can go speed out of here.
Yeah. We'll see.
Ooh, I like this game.
Ooh.
Okay. I really want to ask this. Okay, the question I really wanted to ask was what's been your happiest memory this past year, but I also think that we can just talk about that outside of this. Because the new year's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
But what did the people who raised you teach you about love? Because I think it's really interesting to see, what is the Frank Ocean song? What is it? Or maybe it's not a Frank Ocean song, but just the phrase that, sometimes you just have to, accept that people grew up. Or is it a Frank Ocean song? Oh, wish we grew up on the same advice.
Oh, yeah. You cut your hair, but you used to live a blonde.
But just, it's crazy to see how, people's, come up influences, their values and their ideals, and just, I don't know, really interesting to think about.
Okay, so what I've been taught, because my family kind of has, a crazy, love life history. My mom was never, I don't know. She has taught me a lot about love, but I feel like a lot of it I've learned from kind of building my own perceptions, but because she's never really been, she's not married or in a relationship now, so she's never really had that kind of stability. So kind of what she's taught me is that not only to, I don't know, I feel like stability is important in a relationship, but at the same time, finding someone and putting that trust in someone that you genuinely know you are going to be around for the rest of your life. There can be ups and downs and all that, but you just have to see how you handle a situation versus how your partner handles a situation. If it, I don't know, it should never be something to where you're constantly questioning yourself if you should be in the relationship, because that's not a situation you want to be in forever. And making sure you having that stability, especially when before having kids and actually having to build a life, because people don't realize how important having a kid with someone is, and then also owning a home and getting married, and you're now sharing all these things with one person that you're gonna have to spend the rest of your life with, sleep in the same bed with, share everything with this one person. It's insane to think about the life you have now, and then in the future you're gonna have to have another person share all of that with you. Your room is where you go when you don't want to talk to anybody, and now that room also belongs to someone else. That shit is crazy. Um, but along with that, just like never settle for less, because like what is the point? Like you don't need to, like I don't understand. Like why are you settling for less when you know that's not what you want and that's not what your values are and that's not what you deserve? So she's just kind of taught me to like be 100% myself and like do not go for anything that you don't want to go for. And also I think I've just kind of taught myself that from like viewing other people's relationships and being like, I don't know. Like there's been just so many situations where my friends have been in a relationship and I'm like, you don't even like that. So when your boyfriend says it or when your boyfriend does it, well, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'll just like let it pass. Like that's not even who you are. So, yeah, I've been teaching myself along the way, and my standards grow every day.
Yeah, I think my viewership or idea of love comes like in relation to my come up comes from seeing everything that I didn't want.
Exactly.
And it was also just something really hard to navigate growing up. Obviously, like I never liked girls.
Mm-hmm.
There's a point in elementary school where I tried to convince myself I did, but I never liked girls. I was always, feminine. I played with dolls. I liked to dress up. And so it was always kind of just like this battle of, this obviously, society tells you it's a man and a woman, but I know that I like inside I'm not attracted to women. I would never imagine myself marrying a woman, and so it was always kind of like that internal conflict that I had. And thankfully, I think with the family that I grew up with, it was definitely, I would get in trouble for playing with dolls. My dad wouldn't like me playing with dolls. So I was definitely, kind of like polarized, but I never felt like I wasn't loved.
Yeah.
And, thankfully it, just an abundance of love from my mom, and she was the very first person that I was like afraid to come out to, that I came out to. So the first people I told were Amanda and Malayla back in like I think 7th grade or something. I was like, guys, I'm bi. That means I like girls and boys.
I still like both. So.
I still like both, so I'm halfway. I'm halfway okay. But that wasn't the case. I was just scared to like really kind of admit the truth myself. And then I think I actually have the video, but it was just like I remember that I think it was 8th grade. No, 7th grade. I think it was 7th grade. 7th or 8th grade that I just like those early like adolescent years, like I really struggled with my mental health, and I was like, one would think that I was like that I'd be diagnosed with depression and bipolar disorder, like that type of like those types of issues. But I was on a Zoom call with a counselor, like a therapist. It was me and my mom, and we were talking about like the early divorce my parents had, and just like some of the things that I had to grow up with. And at the end of the Zoom call, like my mom just like turned to me and she was like, we're both crying at this point. She's like, do you need to tell me something? And I just I break down and I tell her, I'm gay. And just to hear the comfort of her saying like, I know, and just like holding me, like, it was a really sweet moment. And then I didn't end up telling my dad up until my 18th birthday. Like
really? I didn't know that. That's crazy.
It was I went out to sushi with my family, and I had invited my boyfriend, and I told like walking into the restaurant, I told my dad like, oh, by the way, like we're not friends, like we're dating. And he was like, what? Like
what?
And he wasn't mad at the fact that I was gay. He was just mad at the fact that I like waited so long to tell him.
Yeah.
And that I didn't tell him. Because especially probably wasn't the best hearing that, you know, my sister knew, my mom knew.
Everyone knew for years.
Everyone knew, really, except for the adults on my dad's side of the family.
Yeah.
But it's always just been one of those, like, they know, but like, I think it's just crazy, like, when they hear it.
Yeah.
But I like to think that, like, I'm not, like, a really, like, I'm a feminine guy, but I like to think that in some environments, like, I could pass as, like, a straight guy. I like to convince myself of that, because when I came up to my cousins, like, Ariana, Moy's older sister, like, I didn't even, like preface, like, at this point, like, where I was mentally, or, like, where I was in my head was, like, I'm just going to speak about, you know, my things as if they're just, like, normal. Like, I don't feel like as a gay guy I need to, like, preface any conversation about relationships with, like, oh, like, I'm gay, by the way. I like guys. Like, I should just be able to talk about it like anyone else talks about it. And so I was just in a car randomly. Like, we were driving somewhere. Like, we were out having, like, a cousin outing. And I think, like, I bring up, like, a guy. I think maybe, like, a celebrity or, like, a guy at our school, like, something. Like, I bring up, like, a guy, and I, like, oh, like, yeah, he's hot, or, like, I'm attracted to this guy, whatever.
Yeah.
And they all kind of, like, go silent and, like, let me continue on with my conversation until, like, one, like, of my cousins asks, like, you like guys? Like, you're bi?
You're bi.
You're bi?
Bye.
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 Bye. And then I was like, no, I'm not bi. I just like guys.
Oh. No.
No. But
no.
I honestly could talk about this for hours. Like,
no, me too. Like, why did we get into that? No, because I literally, it's hard. I try to apply this, but it's hard being in where we live because I don't know. Everyone is very. They love to do the like, I'm not homophobic, but then they just like say like stuff, and I'm like, okay, but you are, like, low key. But I love to believe that everyone is bisexual until they tell me they're not. Like, just like, I don't know, until you make that. it's usually like you either make like a homophobic joke, or it's like, oh, and I was talking to this girl, or I was talking to this guy, and I was like, oh, okay, like, I know. I see you.
Yeah,
I see you for who you are. Yeah, I didn't come out to my family until, like, well, I came out to my sister-in-law in 2020 because I remember she asked me, and she was like, Kari, do you like girls? And I was like, yeah. And that was it. And then
do you like girls?
Do you like girls? And then my mom. Oh, wait, no. My mom was first, and then my sister-in-law was the next year. My mom, it's funny because I remember I was playing Fortnite, like, hella loud in my room. I don't know what I said. I was playing for like 3 hours with my friends.
She said, bro.
Bro. I was like 3 hours in, and I was on the FaceTime with my friends. I just remember getting a text, and my mom was like, no matter your sexuality, I'll still love you, basically. And then I was like, what the fuck are you talking? I literally was like, thank you, but how'd you know? Like, I remember saying that, and then she was like, your own words. That was the last conversation we had. I did not respond because I literally was like, what the fuck? What? But I was just like, okay. And then that was it. So I was like, okay, like, whatever. But I've never, like, I don't know. I've never, like, I don't know, tried to hide it. Because I remember my mom, like, my mom was like, I remember I was 8, and she asked me, she was like, if you like girls, you better tell me now. And I was like, I don't fucking know. I'm 8 years old. But I remember, like, I feared, I don't know, I just found myself at a very young age. And also just being in that era of, like, I don't know. I just feel like everyone, like, became gay in 2020. Like, there was hella people that were just like, oh, I'm gay now. And then now they're, like, straight. And I'm like, okay, so were you saying that because you're gay, or? I
definitely see, like, the conservative viewership of the quote-unquote gay agenda.
Because everyone was like, I'm bored, so I'm gay.
Everyone around, you know, COVID 2020,
Mm-hmm.
you know, people were coming out left and right. I had a cousin came out to me, oh, I'm bi. That flew out the window probably a year later.
It was an experiment.
So I definitely see this idea of like it being a trend, and you know, when it comes to that, there are definitely things where I lean a bit more conservative. But at the end of the day, what does it matter to you? Like,
yeah.
what does it matter that this person likes what they like?
Yeah.
Except unless it's weird, but
Yeah.
like if a girl likes a girl, if a boy likes a boy,
Yeah.
if a boy likes girls and boys, if a girl likes boys and girls, like what does it matter? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I believe that it was definitely a moment where it was a trend. Like, people were just, like, coming out just to, like, feel, I don't know, included in conversations. But I'm like, you don't need to be gay. Like, this is not a lifestyle you really want. I'm so sorry. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's still, like, I don't know.
And it's people like that who just, like, great. Like, this idea that, like, being gay is a choice. Like, you're making that evident with your stupid little want to be a part of something.
Yeah, no, literally. I'm like,
when there's actual people who, trust me, if I've thought about it, I would be a really, like, I can see myself in a really, like, aesthetically beautiful marriage with a woman. But I don't like women, so
exactly. Well,
that's just about
that's
it.
the end of that. But yeah, I don't know. There are still some people that I'm like, I don't know. I won't be telling you anytime soon.
There was a question on there that asked, and now that we're kind of like on the conversation of, I mean, we went from love and then we pivoted into gay, but
Love and gay. That should be the name of our show.
But there's a question that asked, what is something that you feel like you're best at, or like better than?
Oh yeah, it was like permission to brag or something.
Yeah,
like.
permission to brag. I'm going to brag right now, and I'm going to say I personally think that out of everyone I've met in my life, and I think there are a lot of people that can vouch for this, I think that I just have like such a, like, especially for our age, such a nuance and special view on life and like certain things, like certain aspects of life.
Yeah.
Like I know I say it jokingly, but I genuinely think that in a lot of topics, in a lot of ways, like, yes, I still have my faults as an 18-year-old boy, but I think in a lot of ways mentally I'm like years ahead of people in our age group. And I've always felt like years ahead. Like on the conversation of love, like this is what I'm bragging about, okay, personally, because I definitely view one lifestyle as like I don't want to say better than, but just like one lifestyle filled with like, well, just based off my values, like I think that there's one way that you can live your youth, and then there's another way that you can live your youth, and I obviously have preference for like this way, but just I never wanted to like maybe it also just came from a place of I never really grew up with a best friend.
Yeah.
And so just the idea of a relationship with a person and that person being your person for as long as you guys can be was always an idea that I was really attracted to. But I don't think I ever had, even in middle school, early high school, like in my head, I always wanted to like get with someone with the intention of like marrying them. And even though I never like understood the complexities of what it takes to be married to someone, it was always just this idea of committing to one person and just sticking with that one person. Like I never had interest in like going, like even now as a college student, like even though like there were times like over the like beginning of the school year that I joke about it, like, oh, like, I'm gonna talk to some hot guys, whatever. Like I never like that to me kind of just like grosses me out a little bit, like building up rosters, and like we've already like talked about this, but just, for me, like, even at a young age, I was like, I'm going to date to marry because there's not a bone in my body that needs to, like, fulfill this, like, I don't need to, like, fill my heart with lust or, like, experience, like, lustful things. Like, I want love.
Yeah.
And I want to commit my life to one person.
Yeah, I think there's something really special about, because I also didn't grow up having, like, best friends or anything. I feel like there's something, well, when I was, like, in, like, preschool, elementary school, like, early days, I did. But, like, throughout middle school, which is, like, the most development you probably have.
Because
like,
I think,
didn't.
Like, elementary school, like, anyone can become anyone's friend, really.
Literally. But I think it's something really special about people that, like, didn't necessarily grow up with best friends, because you grow and you, like, find to meet that one person, and then, or you create a new friendship with someone, and then you just kind of, like, it's something so special about wanting to, like, pour, like, your time into this person and, like, hang out with them. Like, I feel like, especially when I, like, first became friends with certain people, like, that's how I felt with you. That's how I felt with Cash, or, like, when I was, like, developing friendships with certain people, I was just like, oh, like, I genuinely am really, like, that's, like, peak happiness. Like, getting into that moment where it's like, oh my gosh, like, I literally love being around this person. And I guess some people don't understand that, because they don't understand, like, that feeling of happiness that floods through your body.
Also, a lot of people, like, to them, it's like, boy, girl hang out so much. They're gonna date.
They like.
And that's where we're ahead of these other folks, is that they have this, like, oh, like, I get along with this girl, I'm gonna date her. I get along with this guy, I'm gonna date him. And it's like, no, a commitment to one person is so much deeper than that. Like,
no, yeah.
Like, I never, like, in my head, that was never a worry, because, like, I'm just so far ahead of these bitches. Like, like, well, we're two gay guys. Just because we hang out doesn't mean we're, like, you know, crushy crush, whatever. But I think that's what it is for a lot of gay guys, is, like, like, they get along with a guy, and all of a sudden they're gonna start dating. And that's why you guys aren't happy. Like, you guys genuinely need to, like, get with someone for who they are, not just for the fact that, this is the first guy who liked me. Or, like, this seems like the most, like, realistic option right now. Like, it needs to be, like, a genuine, like,
you're
connection.
a guy that likes girls, I'm a girl that likes guys, we should date. Like, no, that's not how that works, actually. And that's why I don't know, I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, I think it's something so special about, I don't know, because I just feel the need to go above and beyond for all of my relationships. Like, I don't know, I'm always thinking, like, what is the best way I can, like, be a good friend for this person, or, like, be here in the moment when they need me. And I think there's certain things that some people might need their privileges taken away so they can understand what they have. But yeah, I think my thing I have that a lot of people don't is just, like, I don't know. I was thinking just, like, the ability to, like, feel. Just, like, I'm so emotional, but not in, like, the way of, like, oh, like,
she's annoying, but just in a like, you feel so much so deeply.
Exactly. Not in, like, I was gonna say, like, not in, like, crying or, like, you know, tweaking out kind of way, but just, like, crashing out all the time. I'm so, like, full of emotion in any situation, like, and I think that's why I get so attached to certain things, because I have the ability to understand things on a deeper level than other people might, because, I don't know, just an example of, like, when we saw Wicked with Verdi, and then he was like, oh, like, I don't understand why you care about this movie so much. I was like, because I understand. Like, I understand what's going on. Like, I can put myself into Elphaba's shoes and, like, see, like, that's how I felt in middle school. And, like, this is how, like, finding one person that, like, makes you feel seen, but then you end up, like, splitting apart, or, like, I don't know. There's always, like, a situation that I can, like, not see myself in, but I can see someone being put in those shoes, and then I'm like, there's a deeper there's there's a deeper understanding to things than, I don't know, people understand.
Which I don't know why in Western society it's like being overly emotional has, I feel like in some situations it's valid, okay? Like some people throwing fits over, like, I don't know, like political correctness, like, I don't know, there's just a bunch of things that I also, like, think it's stupid that people get upset over. But like the movie, like, I feel like some people would be like would look at, the way that, the movie invoked emotions in you and look at that as overly sensitive and kind of characterize that as a negative thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what, like, why, like, being, I don't know. I don't think you can be overly empathetic.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what a lot of people lack
Enjoyment.
These days is empathy.
Empathy and learning how to enjoy something. Like, can we have, I don't know. I feel like it's very important for there to be one thing, whether it's a movie, a song, like something small that, like, maybe stupid, like, even if it's a fucking superhero movie. Like, obviously I'm not someone who has fucking Spider-Man powers that can crawl up walls, but when I watch Spider-Man Homecoming or No Way Home or something, and I'm like, wow, like, there's certain parts that do move me, because I'm like, wow, this, person was going through this, and, like, just because I might not have superpowers doesn't mean I can't feel the same emotions as these people do. And I feel like it's important to just find that one thing that makes you, I don't know, feel something. Because, I don't know, this hiding of emotions is just, like, it's annoying, honestly. Because I'm, like, the way, like, I have no trouble, like, opening up and showing my, like, well, there's different stages of opening up, but I don't have problems with, like, opening up and showing my emotions to people. Doesn't necessarily need me to be, like, bawling my eyes out to show my emotions, but I just feel like there shouldn't be, like, such, like, a, I don't know, like, a thing around having to, like, only be able to confide in yourself with, like, showing things, especially in men. It's just really weird, because it's like, I don't want no fucking nonchalant man. Like, bitch, can you cry or something? I don't know. Yeah.
I also people who don't cry. Well, I guess I'm really only thinking of like in the context of a relationship, but like even my siblings, I don't know, like, I need people to, like, cry around me. And I think it was actually crazy. It's crazy looking back at this, but when I first started dating my boyfriend, like, at the very, very beginning, like, maybe even at the point before, like, we were officially dating, but I remember, like, a drive to his house, I think at night, and I had said, like, I really want to see you cry. Like, that's probably one of the things that I desired the most, is to see you, like, in a vulnerable state, to see you cry.
Yeah.
And it just, to see the progression of that, like, I've seen this boy bawl.
He balls. Yeah, he balls.
Or just, crying is so beautiful.
No, yeah, crying is such, like, it is a very vulnerable state. And I don't know, I'm thinking about it, and I don't know. I don't think I've seen many people, like, cry in front of me. But I've never, I don't know. Every time I think about someone crying, the fuck? Oh. I think about someone crying, it's never ended up in, like, like, I don't know. The thought of, like, crying, people make it seem like it's the most awkward situation on the planet, like, just crying. Like, it's only awkward if you make it awkward. Everyone should be able to cry, whether it's a happy situation or a sad situation. Like, just cry, comfort your fucking friend, and, like, move on. Like, it's okay to not talk, but you don't have to. It doesn't have to be awkward. Like, I remember one day, like, it was, like, the last day of state, like, 2023. And I remember this is when, like, Troy and I's relationship fully changed. Because he went to go, I got on the bus and we were sitting next to each other, but he got off to go talk to someone and, like, we were all about to leave. And then he, like, ran back on and just, like, put his head in my lap and, like, started crying. And then I was like, I didn't even say, like, what's wrong or anything. I just, like, patted his back for, like, 30 minutes. And then I was like, you can tell me whenever you're ready. And then I feel like that was what changed our relationship for the better, because there's such, like, a vulnerability that, like, clicks in as soon as someone, like, feels comfortable enough to even do that around you. And I feel like that's why it's so important to share your emotions, because I'm not sharing my emotions around some people that just, like, make it seem like it's, like, the biggest deal in the world. It's like, I don't know, you don't. Again, like, you should be able to deal with anyone, but it's also something that you should value when it is done to you.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to say on that.
Vulnerability really is, I think, probably one of the most important aspects of a good relationship. And even like in that way too, I also, like, had my own experience with Troy at Verdi's party, 4th of July party. But I really, I chugged too much water. I
had too much water.
I had too much water, and I really felt like I could not go to bed. My head was spinning.
Yeah.
And I think the only other person up was Troy. And, like, we both, like, I think we were talking, and then I was like, I'm going to, like, I need to throw up. Like, I, like, can't go to bed. And so he went to the bathroom with me and just, like, stood there and watched me stick my finger down my throat and throw up. And, they got me water, and then afterwards we went to the garage, and it was just the two of us.
Because I remember, I didn't know you had thrown up before that, but I remember waking up and being like, where are you going? And you're like, me and Troy are going to the garage to talk. And I was like, okay. And I went right back to sleep.
But we went to the garage, and probably the same temperature in the garage as in the living room.
It's hot as fucking shit. Like,
with no pillows, no blankets,
no pillows,
nothing.
No carpet. Carpet and concrete, cement.
Concrete. People need to start being vulnerable, and which, I don't know, it's also hard. I think it just depends on, the circumstances of where you are in life, and just the way that things, like, I guess, like, play out. Like, I would have never had that conversation with him if I hadn't, like,
have that situation happen to you.
Yeah. Because I've heard a friend that just, a friend that we saw earlier. They ended up saying something about me, like, in conversation about me. They were like, oh, like, I've never really been close with Anthony. Like, I've never been able to, like, get close to him. And, like, the response that friend was given was, oh, well, like, Anthony's just like that. Like, he's kind of, like, more closed off and, like, more, like, private. And
yeah.
It's definitely true. I don't think I open up to a lot of people, but I think I'm obviously not best friends with the entire world. So, definitely the people who get, like, the most out of me are the closest with me.
Yeah.
But
no, I tried with Anthony for, like, a year. I was like, bitch, you're going to open up to me and you're going to be my best friend. And now I got him on a leash.
Walk him like a dog. Walk him like a dog.
But I think that's why I get so attached to people, because I don't know, I'm so able to be vulnerable, like, right away. And I'm just like, I don't know. Oh, I don't want to say names, but things happen, and I'm gonna shut up now.
Want to do, what is it 3 stages to your cards?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the last one. Damn, we've been talking. My check.
On stage 2.
Stage 2.
Level 2.
Wait, there was actually a lot for There was like 6 pages for those other cards actually. So.
Look what I just saw on Facebook.
Get out of here. The demon. Like, okay.
The gay demon.
The gay demons. They're coming.
An Oreo sounds really good right now.
An Oreo.
What does this mean? I'm on Facebook and there is a collage of Sydney Sweeney, Elizabeth Olsen, and the chick who was in the first Percy Jackson movies. And next to them
all
are
pink
just
and
pink.
very cute. I don't know what that means actually. What
pink,
the fuck?
Pink Oreos.
Can you say that to me so I can put it on the screen?
Somebody tell us what this means.
Someone let us know, please.
if you know. What the most attractive quality about me that isn't physical?
Oh, dang it.
What? That was really scary.
What was that? Hello?
Okay, there is a ghost in here.
No, why is he doing that?
That's really scary. Maybe I'll go check the computer.
Yes. Has it been doing that this entire time?
Mm-hmm. That's the first time I've heard it.
Oh, our freaking audio was playing.
I don't think the mics picked it up for the most part, though.
Hello. Yeah, I can't hear it anymore. Okay. That was weird. Let me think. You're most non-physical. Oh. Your I'd say how like spontaneous and like adventurous you are. Adventurous. No, you're very, I don't know. I mean, unless you really have something to do, or if you're working, or like you like genuinely like can't do it. Like you're very. If I'm like, oh, like, do you want to go do something right now? You're like, yes, yes, I do.
I down.
Like, I down. And just, oh my God, and like talking about going on trips or like, just going up to like San Fran or like Tahoe or whatever. Like you're just like, let's go right now. You want to go right now? Let's go. And I love that.
You want to do it? You want to do it?
You want to go? Go. But yeah.
Go, Forrest.
Go.
Or go run.
Go, Forrest.
Go to the forest.
Go to the forest. Question mark. But yeah.
I wonder how long we've been recording for. We got in here maybe 9:30. Oh, like an hour.
Could be
For an hour.
boy.
That. I don't know what I was gonna sing.
But I'm not that girl. How many times do you guys think I could see Wicked before it gets out of theaters? Let me know in the comments below.
Christmas is coming up.
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming up. I think. Do you have anything we can talk about Christmas? Because I was gonna say we already talked about Jesus.
Yeah, that's about it. So I literally don't have. This month has gone by so fast. I haven't even been able to process that Christmas is like basically in like 10 days.
Yeah, and I've never really been much of a Christmas guy. Like, I really always kind of cared less about the Christmas season. But I think this time around I'm a little bit more appreciative. I usually never listen to Christmas music outside of like being inside of a store. But I made myself.
When I'm forced to.
I made myself a little, a jolly old playlist.
Is Ariana on there?
Yeah, I have Ariana. I was gonna say Mariana.
Mariana.
Mariana Carey.
Mariana Carey.
I saw some Donny Hathaway, some Stevie Wonder. But I've really been liking Ariana Grande's Christmas EP.
Christmas and Chill, and then Santa Tell Me Naughty version. No, not Naughty version. Just the regular one. That one is good.
But I had never heard the EP in its entirety up until when I think I maybe sent you something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Are you with it? Are you with it? I saw 5 years ago today. I posted the Ariana Grande's like Christmas and Chill EP, and I said it's time. That's literally what I said. It's time. But yeah, I'm excited for Christmas low key. Like, I'm in the jolly spirit, but also not. Okay, so this year I was like, I feel like Christmas is going by, like, this month is going by too fast. I haven't even processed, like, it's about to be Christmas. Like, it doesn't feel like Christmas, but I've come to realize that it's only going to feel like Christmas if you make it feel like Christmas. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't just be, like, bed rotting and be like, it doesn't feel like Christmas this year.
Well, duh, because you're not out looking at the lights.
Yeah, because my ass is in bed all day. So, yeah, I just need to, like, for the next 10 days, we're doing a Vlogmas. Vlogmas. No, but I just need to maybe put on some red and green. Oh, wait.
Some Elphaba and Glinda darkened.
Exactly. And I've been wearing pink and green for the past 2 weeks. Like, I literally, I don't know. I'm happy, guys. Like, leave me alone, please. Okay. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. Hope you're part of that world on a magic carpet ride.
I hope you guys get everything you asked for. And if you haven't already, I'm literally, go see Wicked. I'm the Wicked promoter, and they're paying me. No, they're not. But at this point, I literally don't care. Like, go have fun with your family, decorate your Christmas tree, and have a good holiday season.
Bake cookies. I never bake cookies for Christmas, so we should bake cookies.
Can we please? Yeah. I'm down. Okay. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And media of the week is Christmas and Chill EP by Ariana Grande.
Yeah. And Twinkle Twinkle by Stevie Wonder.
Oh yeah. Bye guys.
Bye.